welcome to episode 4. Today, we decided we just want you guys to get to know us a little bit better. So we both wrote down 5 interview questions.
Yeah, and right before we pushed record, Elizabeth told me that we have to answer our own too. I thought we were writing questions so that we answered each other's questions. So
we have to, one person asks the question, you have to respond, and then the other person has to answer the question too.
Okay, and the rule is you can't say like pass.
Yeah,
like,
you have
gotta
to answer.
And you can't give a silly, dumb answer.
Yeah.
Like I know to these, I know what your answers are probably gonna be. So if you make up something, I'm gonna say that's made
Oh
up.
God, I'm scared.
What? Not scary.
Okay, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
You start since I don't know if I was clear on the rules.
Okay. What's your most embarrassing adult moment?
Oh God, I've got a lot, honestly. Let me think about this.
I know this one's kind of easy, honestly, but kind of hard because there's so many.
That's what I was just about to say. I mean, it's easy, but it's hard because I'm like, most embarrassing. Let me preface the embarrassing story with saying, hopefully some of you can relate.
I'm sure most people can, whether they want to admit it or not.
I have self-proclaimed IBS. Well, not really. My doctor did say I had it, but yeah. So, but mine is like comes and goes. Like sometimes I'll be great. And then other times I'm like, my stomach is churning.
We're all a little bit like that in this office, to be honest.
Yeah, Steph had a moment yesterday. She's going to kill me for saying that. Every girl has a little bit of tummy issues. And I'm no stranger to a tummy issue. And there was one time I was in the car trying to make it home in time. And I didn't want to go to the bathroom anywhere. I didn't want to pull over. And I got stopped at a red light. And when I say I've never clenched my butt harder, I mean I was using every muscle.
That is truly the worst
in my body
feeling in the entire world.
The absolute worst. My face was pale white. I was sweating. I just literally couldn't even stop myself.
I just shit her pants.
But okay, I was gonna say I did shit my pants. However, it wasn't like full blown shit. Like it was just like, you know, when your muscles give out like just a tiny bit. And I had to pull into a freaking Arby's, throw in my underwear, pull up my ratchety jeans, and carry on my way home.
Wait, was this when you and Hunter were freshly dating?
Oh no, that was a different story.
Oh, that was a different shitting your pants?
I didn't shit my pants that time. I didn't tell him I had IBS yet. The first time I went to meet his family, and there was like no bathrooms on the way, and I'm like, I really have to pee.
I thought you were going to tell the one, we can cut this out if you want, but I thought you were going to tell the one about when you were in the hospital and blamed it on the nurse.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. So that's actually good.
Second one,
because I don't know which one's more embarrassing. But I had fainted and passed out last year in freaking Target.
Embarrassing on its own.
So that I was gonna say, I mean, that alone could be the most embarrassing thing, but don't worry, it gets worse. I have Target employees around me. My kids are there. I'm have a bag of ice from the Starbucks. I'm right in front of the Target in the right at the checkout lines, and I pass out. I knew it was coming. I pass out when I get too hot, too dehydrated. You know, I'm a weirdo.
Yeah.
And so I knew it was coming. I could feel it. And I still to this day joke with my husband that I blame him because I sat in the car and said, I'm going to just chill here. I know I'm going to pass out. You go in, get your stuff and come out. And I'm going to sit in the air conditioning. He goes in. He calls me. He's like, hey, so I forgot my wallet in the car. I'm like, okay.
So this is actually all his fault.
Yeah. I just wanted everyone to know that it's actually all his fault because I said, well, do you want to come out and get it? And he said, no, I don't want to bring the kids all the way out there. So I stupidly said, I'll bring it in. Why, I don't know, because I knew I was on the verge. I walk in. I see this poor young man who works there. I'm like, do you have any ice? He's like, And then the nicest woman ran over. I think her name's Cece. I will never forget it. Shout out to Cece. I literally brought her a thank you note later because she was an angel. And I think her name was Meredith. She was like the manager. She literally took my kids to the toy section, got them toys, sat in the Starbucks, played with them. I can't even, it's like.
There are good people
yeah,
on this earth.
That restored my faith in humanity. But anyways, the more embarrassing part after I had to have an ambulance called to Target to be wheeled out on a stretcher in Target. I then get to the hospital and the nurse was such a bitch and I hate to say that about people, but she was.
That spells bitch.
Yeah. Okay, well, I was trying to be nice. She was honestly kind of evil. And she was like, I told her, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm one of those people who my veins pop or like my veins are really
Yeah,
sensitive. So you
same.
might want to like look around first. Of course, she poked me, hit a nerve, and I like jumped. And she was like, oh, it's probably just because you're worked up. I'm like, I'm not worked up. So that ticked me off. But anyways, so then she takes me off. She leaves the room. And I say to my husband, I'm like, that girl smelled like absolute shit. And I don't want her in here anymore. And he's like, what? I'm like, she literally smelled like poop. And I'm like, she's already a brat. And I'm like, I want to go home. I need to get out of here. So then a few minutes later, time passes and I tell Hunter, I'm like, I'm going to get up and go to the bathroom. I go into the bathroom and it may or may not have been me who had some shit in their pants. I must have shit my pants when I passed out. And
in her new white shorts too. That's the saddest
I know,
part.
they were so cute. I did take them home and bleach them. But I kid you not, I was such a bitch for calling this woman like poopy butt basically and saying that she smelled. I didn't say it to her face, but I was so annoyed by her that in my mind I was like, she's disgusting. And it was me.
But then her sweet husband got the shit stains out of her new shorts.
Yeah, I was really upset about the shorts. And then like the next day he said, I put him in the wash and bleached him. And
So nice.
got it out. What an angel.
Shout
I still
out to
haven't
Hunter.
yet to wear them again though because I feel like they're a bad omen. But shout out to Hunter for his awesome laundry skills.
That's a really good one.
Okay,
I
no.
love that story.
What is your most adult?
Okay. I have a lot of period related embarrassing stories. But
I feel like everyone can relate to that, though.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah, for
doesn't?
sure.
And if you don't, I can't wait to you because I got a few.
Yeah. So after I had Peter Joseph, who's 10 now, we had stayed, he was like a newborn. I feel like, so this was like Thanksgiving and he was born in the beginning of October. So I was like not even 2 months postpartum. And we got pregnant with him very quickly into our dating. So like I didn't know his parents super well at that time.
Right, like a couple months in.
Yeah. Well, I guess like we got pregnant a couple months in, and then I was pregnant. But like still, we weren't like his mom and I are like really close now, but we like didn't know each other very well then.
Mm-hmm.
I was really young, and we stayed over at their house for the first time on Thanksgiving night. And I woke up in the morning and her house is immaculate. It's so beautiful. She has like state-of-the-art sheets on every bed. Like it is so beautiful. Shout out to Terry. But I woke up in the morning and I had bled. This was like the first period I had ever had, which if you guys have had kids, you can probably remember how like brutal it is. At least it was always for me. But I was not expecting that because I was nursing like at the time. Well, I actually was like exclusively pumping, which that's like a whole another thing. But
we're going to have a whole episode on breastfeeding, pumping, bottle feeding. But that's a whole nother.
Yeah, we spent the night there and I woke up and I had bled all over. We slept in Peter's like, childhood bed. And I mean, I think she had to get a new mattress. Like it was so bad. And I had to go downstairs and was like, Terry, I'm really sorry, which she handled it so well. She's so sweet. She's like, don't worry about it, honey. Like, I'll clean it up. Don't worry about it at all. And I'm like, well, I don't want my future mother-in-law to like be cleaning up my
bed.
Yes, that was like really cringy. And I was just like, I mean, I know that those sheets were like, well, and honestly, I was more so nervous for like his dad to find out because like that's just so
that's the worst.
Awkward and embarrassing. But I'm sure she covered it up. But anyway, yeah, that was pretty
true.
bad.
I feel like. Yeah,
because I was
divorced,
obviously trying to make like a good impression.
Yeah,
like we had this newborn baby. She like offered to like wake up with the baby all night while we got a good night's sleep. And then,
what an angel!
I know she is an angel. She really is. But yeah, then I woke up and I like ruined the entire bed, and I was like, sorry. That was pretty embarrassing.
I'm really sorry.
I know. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I feel like that's honestly probably happened to so many people.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Lauren also just reminded me that when we went to market in January, I was also on my period and we had literally just gotten to market and I went into the bathroom and luckily I had black trousers on, but within an hour.
No, it was like the first booth we went to.
Well, yeah, I was going to say within an hour of like putting a tampon in, but yes, TMI. But first booth, went to the bathroom because I felt it and had to take off my underwear in the freaking market center bathroom, throw them in the trash can, free ball it after that. And I went out and told the girls, I'm like, I got to go back to the hotel already.
You had to ride
I had to ride in the Uber
pants.
home with no underwear and bloody pants, change and come back. But you know, that's just the joys of postpartum periods. So that was also pretty embarrassing, but not really because no one really knew except these guys. And they were like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's been there. But
more so just like a freaking pain in the ass because we had just gotten there. But anyway,
yeah,
that was also
it's a pretty good one. Okay, I'm going to switch up my order because that one's kind of similar.
Okay.
So I'm going to switch up.
Okay. Oh, God.
I didn't realize that I was going to be answering these two. Have you ever killed an animal? And if so, how?
Oh, my God. I hate you for this. Okay, I'm going to preface this by saying I didn't kill the animal.
You were an accomplice.
I was
But
an
I want to preface this by
accomplice.
saying, if Peter J., if you're listening, turn it off.
Oh, my
now.
God. Yeah, my son cannot hear the story because he still doesn't know.
So if you're around him,
oh, my God.
never say a word.
Okay, and animal people don't come after us because truly this was an accident. But okay, so our son Peter had begged for a bearded dragon forever, and I was like, absolutely not. If you don't know what a bearded dragon is, it's like a massive lizard.
It just like lays there.
It just lays there. And it's just like, we have dogs. We have 3 children. We did not need another pet. We also had chickens at the time and like 25 barn cats. I was like, absolutely not. And I didn't want it to like smell up our house. I was like, no. So my husband was like on board and he was like, reassured me that they went to this store. He did all this research. They're really low maintenance pets. They're not going to smell, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Actually, I didn't say, okay, whatever. They just came home with one day.
I was going to say, do you remember you calling me saying, well,
we have a bearded dragon and his name is Frito.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I was like, Frito, like the chips?
So we have Frito for a while and Peter J loved him so much, and
he really did. Like we'd come over, and he
would like
get
him
to
out.
His room,
I
like,
know,
get him out, put him on
it
people's
was
shoulders.
like his little shiny trophy. But anyway, so my husband clearly missed a key fact when doing all of his research that bearded dragons, quote unquote research, that these things go into what they call brumation, where they like hibernate for like months at a time, and they basically like they don't move, they barely breathe, and I can't remember like what all the details are.
I think their
why
eyes
they
are
do
closed
that
or something. It's just I think it's like to conserve energy or something.
Yeah, and they usually do it like in the winter because they're like obviously
it's
desert
like a
animals.
3-month thing.
It's like a 3-month thing where
look
they
at me how I know this because I googled this when I heard the story.
I know. So we didn't know that, and one night Peter, my husband, came down into the bedroom and he's like, Frito's dead. And I was like, oh my God, are you kidding? Like, that's so awful. And of course we were like, well, yeah, Peter J like wasn't giving him water enough. And we were like,
trying to blame the
God. And he was so upset. And so I was like, well, what do we do? And Peter's like, I don't know. I mean, he's really upset. And I was like, well, don't like leave it in his bedroom. Like, I didn't want it to like rot and smell like in his bedroom. So I was like, well, like go, get it and we'll bury it or something. So Peter gets rid of it. And then a few days later, we're laying in bed and Peter like gasps in his bed. And I was like, what? And this, friend of ours, their son has a bearded dragon, and apparently he posted on Facebook like, hooray, I can't remember their name, I think it's like Cheeto because it's an orange one, Cheeto's out of brumation. And then he posted like this link, like an informational link about how bearded dragons go into brumation, and Peter clicked on it and was like, holy shit, he was in brumation and we thought he was dead and we literally disposed of him.
Yeah, I got a FaceTime from them. It was probably like 10 p.m.
It was so bad.
And
I still feel so terrible about it.
I said, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, we killed Frito. And I said, well, God, did you guys at least bury him? And then Peter said, no, he's in the dumpster.
I know. I was like, oh my God, well, if he's buried, like, what did you do with him? Like, if he's buried, maybe he's still fine. Like, if he's underground and he was like in brumation, maybe he's like, okay. And Peter's like,
no. He's under a lot of trash.
So, yes, I have been an accomplice, but I still blame my husband because he researched how to take care of a bearded dragon and left out a very key piece of research that I feel like you should know.
Right. And then I really enjoy giving Peter a hard time. And we had gone to an engagement party and then went to a bar after.
Oh,
and
I forgot about that.
I was, giving Peter a hard time as I do. And I stopped some random guy and said, yeah, did you know that bearded dragons like go into brumation? You can kill them. And it just so happened that the random man I asked at the bar happened to be a bearded dragon expert. And he's going off about this. And we leave and Peter's like, you literally just almost got me beat up in a bar. I'm like, well, I thought it was kind of funny until I realized that this guy was like an exotic animal. It got real quick. And I was like, okay, time to leave. Everyone get in the car.
Oh, yeah.
This was all over Frito. But
yeah, we miss Frito. R.I.P. Frito. We're still very sorry.
I cannot. Frito. Okay, well, this will be a short answer for me because I've never.
Have you ever killed one?
No, I've never killed an animal.
You've power washed a bird's nest, though.
I was just about to say, I have never killed a pet.
Yeah.
I've killed, I was power washing my house. I get real power wash happy.
Power washing is so satisfying.
Yeah, I get really into a project like that and I go ham.
Yeah.
And I was spring cleaning and there was a bird's nest. I saw it. Yeah, I saw it in the gutter and I was.
You own it.
I own it. I saw it. And my friend Allison was sitting next to me and I said, I'm going to power wash this bird's nest out. And she said, oh my God, no, don't do that. It's a living thing. And I said, turn around and walk home and come back in 5 minutes. So she turned around and I'm like, got up on a ladder, power washed the shit out of it. But then I felt really freaking bad.
You should.
Because these little blue eggs fell and cracked.
Oh my God.
But they were yolk. They weren't even
We need to pay it forward.
So then I found, I did find one in the back and I thought, oh my God, well, I'm not going to be a total bird killer. So I left that one still there, but it is breaking my gutter because it's getting heavy. But I felt too bad. I felt like that was a straight ticket to hell to kill the second one. But yeah, I've killed birds' eggs.
That's
for sure.
That's less bad.
Yeah. And, I mean, it was purposeful, but it was hanging in the gutter. I mean, are they going to pay for it? So that was annoying.
Okay. What's your biggest ick about your husband? Do you have that too?
Similar. So we'll go off of it after. Oh, just one?
Yeah, just one. Just one for now. Which is hard for her.
Yeah. And these
Love
are
you,
not
Hunter.
a secret. I'll tell him. Yeah. I love him to death, but he's got some icks. He's got some icks for me, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh,
when you live with someone, you have icks.
Yeah.
If you don't, once again.
Is it the vest and the t-shirt?
Let's see. I was going to say a different one.
A t-shirt and a
I was going to say a
vest.
different one, but you know what? That is it. And I am burning them this summer. Hunter loves, and when I say loves, I mean loves. He'll wear it with any outfit. A vest, and not like a cute puffer vest. He's got this is it Patagonia?
It's
a North Face one.
I feel like we need to put a screenshot.
I gotta find a picture because I have a picture.
Yeah,
for
North
sure.
Face,
North Face gray,
lightweight fleece.
Yeah,
zip up, sleeveless.
Which again, it has no sleeves, and he always says, "What keeps me warm?" I'm like, "How? It's not whatever." But this is the best part. It keeps him warm, but he will wear it with a short sleeve shirt.
Like a t-shirt.
Like a t-shirt and shorts with this vest. I'm like, what are you doing? And he'll put on boat shoes. And he was about to walk out the other day in an outfit like that.
That's so fratty.
Oh, it's so ridiculous. Not even fratty. And I'm like, what are you wearing? And he had the nerve to turn around and say, what do you know about fashion? Not that I really know a lot, but I was like,
you
look
know
at
more
you.
than him.
Look at you. I'm like, you're in a vest, a t-shirt, shorts, and a boat shoes.
Or his slippers.
Oh, he loves that. That doesn't even give me the ick compared to that vest. And I always joke with him that I'm going to throw it out. And I'm not sure why I haven't yet, honestly. I feel like he's hiding it from me. But it's going to be in the trash soon. So that's probably my biggest ick about him.
Yeah. That's a nice one.
Yeah. Why don't you give me your biggest ick and then I'll do the second part of my question.
Mine is also clothing related. Peter has these slide-on freaking Croc sandals, and they are so bad, you guys.
I told the girls that's what you were going to say.
We're gonna have to put. They're so bad, and
not only just Crocs, they're camo.
Oh yeah, they're gray camo. I mean, we'll put a picture up. They're so bad,
the
and
worst
I
part
swear he loves them because they give him height.
100%. There's platforms, but he wears them with ankle socks.
Oh my God, it's so bad. We were actually on a trip recently and my girlfriend reminded me the whole time I was like, I am throwing those freaking shoes in the ocean this week. We're getting rid of them. And then late night,
he calls them his baby making shoes, by the way.
Which makes them even worse.
And I told her
absolute opposite.
Yeah, and I told her she came back from this trip pregnant from those Crocs that I don't know if I could be friends with her anymore. And I said, don't you dare let those Crocs get you
Well, I
pregnant.
didn't. Don't worry. But I tried to throw them. We were late night at like our friend's house, and it was dark, and I thought that the house butt up to the ocean. So I grabbed the shoes and I chucked them like they were going in the ocean, and it turns out it was grass. So he just walked out and grabbed them. I was like, God, that was my moment. I thought I had them. But I know that even if I did get rid of him, he would just buy them again because he loves them. But we'll share a picture. That's definitely my ultimate ick of his as of right now.
Yeah,
in a PG way.
That's fair. Yeah. I've got a list, but my question was, what's your biggest ick for your spouse and for friends? So let's just answer the second part for friends since we just answered spouse.
For friends,
like if your friend. Any friend, this isn't like specific to a person, but if any friend does or says or wears or whatever the ick is, this is something that you'd be like,
yeah, probably just like if I really want to go do something fun and they're being lame.
So like you in Dallas when you were going to bed at 10 o'clock.
Okay,
Sav and I were
different.
Like, stay up. I can't keep my eyes open. We're like, I have never seen you be this lame. She's getting a little bit lamer.
I am lame after a day of market. Market's exhausting.
So you're your own ick.
God.
And I'm just thinking to myself, like, I've been convincing you to do a lot more lately. When's the last time you convinced me to do something?
Yeah, you have. I've been tired.
So yeah, she's her own ick.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
My ick about a friend or any friend in general, obviously, would be, I don't like when people say K in a text.
Really? Okay.
It
like,
really
that's very, I think okay is worse.
No. Okay is fine. K makes me feel like people are mad at me and sends me for a spiral.
I think okay.
No, okay. See, I take K really offensively.
I know what people would say about me as a friend is I'm just like, I either text you back within 5 seconds or I'm really bad about that. And Correct. I will own that.
She'll go from like 1 second texting you to disappearing off the face of the earth. And you're like, okay, it's two things in my mind. Did I say something? Two, did she fall asleep? Three, is she just ignoring me?
Usually it's either I fall asleep or I have to force myself to like put my phone down in a different room if I need like a break from it.
Which is fair, but normally if I do that, I'm like, taking a break from my phone. Talk to you later. She will just straight up ghost.
Yeah, I'm trying to be better about that. The mark is unread thing has helped me a lot on text messages.
Yeah, that has helped me too. Yeah. Except if I'm in the midst of a conversation, I'll generally announce.
I'm gonna take.
I'll text you back tomorrow. I really just need to put my phone down.
Okay.
I won't just like poof. So that is Nick, and Elizabeth does that.
I know. I own it. I'm working on it.
You just
okay. I have another one. I have another one that goes along with that.
Okay.
Wait, is it my turn?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. What is your least favorite thing about me?
we have like the same questions.
Really?
I said, what are your top 3 things you like about me? And then the 3 most annoying things about me.
Okay, I don't know if I can do 3.
Oh, I can.
About me, annoying
just
things?
In general. Well, annoying might be harder, but like, okay, let's do the 3. Because they're the same question. So should we start with ick or things, your top 3 things you like about the person? I'll start with my icks. Okay. It was what we just said. Yeah. My ick is when you just ghost. Yeah, and I'm like,
that's fair.
I'm just an anxiety-ridden person, and I always like to just talk about things on the spot.
Yeah.
So when she ghosts me, I'm like, Elizabeth, first of all, just address it right now or just text me back. What are you possibly thinking about? And how can you just drop your phone like that? It's impeccable. That's the most annoying thing. Well, that's one of my annoying things. 2, Elizabeth's sense of time is
okay, I've gotten
unmatched.
bad about that. If I try, I'm pretty good about it. Mm-hmm. But I have to try. And it has
Hence,
to be.
she took her driver's test yesterday. She was 45 minutes late.
No, I wasn't. I was right on time. I pulled up at 8:45. My appointment was at 8:45. You guys thought it was 8:15, which it was, and then it got pushed.
Okay.
That lady would not have let me do that.
This morning, she FaceTimed me at 8:30, and she had bedhead and rolled out of bed, and she said, ugh.
I was really tired.
God, I got to get ready because I don't want to start this podcast at like 10. She didn't roll until 10:15. Yeah. She's notorious for that. Like, whatever time you say, Elizabeth's not going to be there at that time.
Okay, but if I really do have, like, something I have to be on time for, I'm pretty good about it.
She probably gets annoyed at me because I will send her, like, a reminder of calendar meetings because I'm like, don't forget, we have this.
No, I actually appreciate that.
And then let me think of the if I have a third annoying thing about you, okay, what did I say? Your
My
texting, your time management. Oh,
I'm working on that too.
That doesn't honestly really bother me that much. Your like impulsiveness with a thought. Occasionally it'll bother me where like she will think of something and the whole
Lauren's
world
like,
has to pivot on an axis.
Your freaking roll.
And I'm like, can we just take a breather for 1 second? And I'm not even a breather type of person. I'm a pretty impulsive person.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll be building the Eiffel Tower by 2:00 today if she thinks of it. So maybe it's my fault too, though, because I'll do it. I'll be like, all right, fine, let's do it. That's really annoying.
That's what I love about you guys, though. Like, we will if we're determined.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm like every single Tuesday, I do all the like. Well, now Sav does it, but for a while I did all the like inputting of the products, scheduling them, this and that.
I like to keep them on their toes and throw
I'm
things
very
in last
like
minute.
organized. Like I want that done the week before. It's in there. It's good. We're good to go. And Tuesday will roll around. Drop day, mind you, and she'll be like, hey, I was thinking we should add these couple items. And I'm like, they haven't even been inventoried, let alone product made, let alone photographed.
I'm like, well, we have all day.
Right. And like as if, we had nothing else to do during the day. So, okay, those are probably my 3
Yeah, I can be impulsive
biggest
with things like that for sure.
annoyances.
For sure.
And they're not even that bad. But
yeah,
my 3 things I like most about you is one.
Oh, let me hear them. Let me hear them.
Elizabeth is like, okay, before I knew her, I was like, oh, I'm curious to see, like, she's this blogger. She, like, has this fabulous life, this and that, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of was expecting her to be a little bit of a brat, to be honest. And she's genuinely the nicest person I've ever met. Sometimes I'm like, can you be, like, a little bit more mean?
You don't see me at home.
Like if I'm in a bad mood or something, like I'll chit chat with people and then you'll know and I'll cut off the conversation. She could be having the worst day and she'll stand up here and chit chat with people for an hour and be in the best mood. And I'm like, I envy that because I have to check my own self sometimes to be like, okay, knock it off, Lauren. But you are genuinely a very positive and nice person.
Thank you.
To just about everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's very nice. I try.
Yeah, you do a really good job at it.
Thank you.
Second favorite thing. These are in no order. Just second favorite thing. Is she has a great sense of humor.
Thank you.
I really resonate with people who can make fun of themselves because I do that, and I just think it's so funny. Like you can't take yourself that seriously.
Yeah, we definitely don't take ourselves too seriously around here.
No, and I know that at any moment we can like be belly laughing about pretty much anything because you have a great sense of humor, and I appreciate that because
you do too.
Sometimes we'll like say something that we know is going to make each other like feel better, change the mood, and I'm like, oh, that is honestly needed, and it's hilarious. And I have a very dry sense of sarcastic humor, and I feel like you get that.
Yeah, for sure.
And don't take offense to my jokes because sometimes I'm like, wow, that was a little offensive.
No,
but they're funny. So you have a great sense of humor. You're very nice. And let me try to think of if I had to pinpoint like a specific third without leaving other ones out. I would say my third favorite thing about you is that you are very generous.
Thank you.
You may have like all the things, but you will never hesitate to help someone else out.
Thank you.
Or lend a hand or
always
anything.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You too.
You're always like so good at that. I mean,
thank you very
that
much.
part is really nice. You're always very generous.
Thank you.
And you're thinking about others.
I feel like you just wrote my dating profile.
Yeah. I could add a few things to your dating profile though. Giraffe legs.
Doesn't answer text messages.
Can't communicate
goes.
that well unless forced.
Unless tied down to a chair and being forced.
Yeah. Likes to sleep in. Chugs a few Alanis a day.
Definitely. As I drink one right now.
Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah. So those are my 3 top annoyances, 3 favorite things.
Okay, one of my annoyances with Lauren is we'll be like in the middle of a like topic that we have to get done and something pops into her brain and she instantly has to Amazon it and buy it. Like literally.
It's a real problem.
Like we'll be like in the middle of buying and she'll be like, oh my God, I forgot. I need to buy new eyelashes.
But who always has the shit when y'all are looking for it?
She does. That's something I appreciate about her. Whenever we go on a trip or literally anywhere, Tracy too, she's got like, they both like, I'll be like, anybody got floss? And they're like, yep. Anybody got like a ring cleaner?
No.
Lauren always
I
has
have
it.
my ring cleaner. I never have floss. But one time she's in the shower and she's like, hey, can't find my razor. I'm just going to use yours. I'm like,
Yep, totally have done that. Totally have done that.
hairbrush, makeup. They were making fun of me for bringing my mirror once, and her ass was in front of the mirror the entire time.
I was.
was like,
I will
okay.
own that.
Yeah, that is kind of annoying that I do that. But I'm glad
When you
it's like,
force me to communicate when I don't want to.
oh, I know though. But I'm like, you're an adult.
I know. Sometimes I just like need a minute to like think things through. And
She'll always be like, you
we
know
said,
my rule. I like to think it through. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
No, I just sometimes like
I do appreciate that
if
though.
it's like something that I feel like I'm not super confident in like responding to or like answering, I feel like I just like need a minute to like process it on my own. And she'll be like, so did you respond to that email yet?
I totally agree. And I have learned a lot from you of pausing. But I'm the type of person who, if I'm like, if I don't take care of this
Yeah.
at this moment, it is gone out of my mind.
Which I do. I get that.
And
I
sometimes
get
I'm
that.
like, am I going to really say what I want if I like am out of the moment? And then am I going to just like dumb it down because I'm like, I don't know, which is probably what I
Yeah.
should do because sometimes I'm a little too
like impulsive
abrasive and impulsive.
Yeah.
But I do take that.
Yeah,
I've gotten a
but
lot better at it. Like I've taken your idea sometimes of like sleep on it. And when I say
will
sleep on it, I mean like
though,
ponder till
to
2
your
a.m.
point, sometimes it like makes me just like brush things under the rug though, because then I'm just like, okay, it's over with.
Yeah, like you've got past your
Yeah.
feelings, and you do that
Yeah.
sometimes. You'll like brush it under the rug, and then it's like time after time you'll brush something under the rug, and I'm like, but are you ever gonna like really
Yeah.
like
Face
own the
it.
feeling and face
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
But we're just very different in that
Yeah.
aspect.
We balance each other though. Let's see, another annoying thing. Probably how hard you critique yourself when we take freaking photos and videos.
Well, let me tell you
Like
something.
she looks like a bombshell,
No.
and she's like, "Oh my
Elizabeth
god,
gets
look at
no,
my blah blah blah."
No, Elizabeth gets click happy, so half of mine are blurry. So then I only have half the photo to pick from, and she's a giraffe, so she's shooting from an angle that I'm like, no. I'm over here like standing on a telephone pole to get her best angle, and then she goes take a picture of me, and I'm like, are you doing me dirty?
But it just goes to show, like, everybody has their things. But like, I'll think
Mm-hmm.
a photo of her is like so gorgeous, and she's like, "Oh my god, look at my."
Well, she won't even
chin,"
look
or
at details.
whatever.
She'll be like, this is pretty of you, and I'm like, my eyes are like rolled in the back of my head. Did you even look at me?
So that's probably an annoyance for you. About
Yeah,
me too.
truly. Like I'm like, huh.
Oh.
Yeah, I do that
Yeah.
sometimes, but I mean,
But that's also just normal.
Mhm.
Anybody's gonna do that. Okay, so those would be my 3 annoying things. Let's see. Things I love about you, your sense of humor too. We laugh all day long. You keep me in check. Like when I am being an asshole or need to address something or need to get on task, you'll be like, yo.
yeah, you really don't act like an asshole that often. It's more so like keeping you in check of like
Yeah.
task
Yeah.
related things.
I'm very
But-
much a like we said, like more of like a, how would you say it? I'm just not type A. So I
Right.
appreciate you always like keeping me organized and like keeping me on task, and I very much need that. So I really appreciate that.
But it's also hard from my perspective because I know that I can be very like type A blunt.
I think too, you have like a really good read on whenever any of us are like having like a hard moment or a hard day. You always like recognize that, and you always like, whether we notice it or not in the moment, you always like do something nice to like either encourage us or like go do something fun or like do something funny or something. And I always really appreciate that because you like
you.
have a really good read on whenever any of us are like not feeling it and are always like willing to step in and like help us turn things around.
Thank
I really
you.
love that.
I feel like it's a can be a good thing and a bad thing. I'm like very much an empath, and
Yeah.
sometimes I feel
Sometimes
other
it's,
people's
like,
feelings
to
a
a
little bit
fault.
too much.
Yeah, same.
But I do genuinely like my personality likes to like keep the room fun
Yeah.
and lighthearted,
Yeah.
and I may or may not be the worst employee in the summer. And Elizabeth texted me the
Bad
other
summer
day
employee.
and said, "Oh God, this is gonna be a long summer with you because it'll be a nice day. And I'm like, we should go to the pool.
Like, I know
We
she's
should get a
plotting
margarita.
right now to go to the pool this
Sav and
afternoon.
I have
They've
already plotted.
I knew it.
My profession before this was being a teacher, and before that, I'd always babysit. So I said, I'm
Yeah.
a 33-year-old woman, and I've never worked a summer.
Yeah.
And this is not about to be the summer I work a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday.
No, that I'm like always down for that though, because I feel like when we can, like we would not ever do that if we all knew it wasn't a good time. But I feel
Absolutely
like,
not.
especially in the summer, like if we have a day where we can take 2 hours to go have fun and like
Mm-hmm.
bond, not in the office and enjoy it.
We definitely only do it on days that we know is not a stressful day for everybody.
and we earn that.
We
work
do,
really
yeah.
hard, and every once in a while, we definitely. I'm totally down.
Yeah,
to do
but
it.
no, Sav and I are usually plotting to do something.
Yeah.
The other day, I made everybody go get margaritas.
But again, it was like the perfect day for it because
Yeah.
we had worked ahead. We busted ass to get everything done. So
Yeah, got to bring fun.
yeah, she brings the fun. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, what reality show do you think you could dominate?
Oh my God. Dominate or could
like
would
be
wanna
really
go
good
on?
at?
That's hard. I want to go on The Amazing Race.
Yeah, amazing.
But I
Race
don't
would
think
be
I could
really fun.
dominate it. I just think it'd be fun.
Yeah,
Um,
I think my dad and I could dominate the Amazing
we
Race.
always joke in my family because we have a hierarchy of who would you take on Amazing Race. And
Do
I
you
say
win?
Nicole would be the most fun. Like we would literally just crack up the whole time on The Amazing Race because we'd just be doing dumb stuff. But my dad would take it so seriously that I think him and I could win.
Yeah.
But our downfall would be my dad in the eating challenges. He's not a very adventurous eater, and he'd be like, no, I'm not doing that.
Oh, I forgot about the eating.
And he's not
challenges,
great
but I
at
feel like I could do
puzzles,
that.
but he's good at the like athletic,
the like athletic challenges.
which I would definitely pick him and have to compensate. Nicole and I'd probably get out real quick.
Yeah.
but let's see. But what could I dominate at? I'm trying to think of reality shows.
My sisters and I have always said my dad would win Survivor if he could get on there.
Oh, see, I would not go on Survivor.
Yeah,
I don't need to be
me
on a deserted
neither.
island. I don't need to be eaten by bugs. I don't need to. No.
Yeah, I
have
could
no desire for
not
Survivor.
dominate that, but I think my dad could
Okay,
win.
wait. Name a few reality TV shows.
Love is Blind, The
I
Bachelor,
couldn't do Love is Blind.
Real Housewives.
Housewives. I don't even. It's like I like to watch it sometimes, but I don't even think I could do it because I'm like,
It just would feel too fake.
it's too fake.
Yeah.
It's too set up, and I feel like I'm not good at like the setup.
What other reality shows? I think Bravo, Summer House.
Maybe like Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
I'm just kidding, but I love that show. But I could,
what
like-
about Big Brother?
I never
Have you ever
watched Big
watched
Brother.
that?
No, but I could like get down on the Jersey Shore. Just bump a little.
Well, that doesn't count because that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it does.
It does?
Yeah, Family Vacation is still on.
Shoot. I need to be watching that.
Yeah, it's literally so entertaining.
I don't know what I would say either.
Honestly, I don't know. I actually would do good on the Jersey Shore for one day, and then I'd be like, "Okay, I'm going home. You guys are hood rats."
Yeah.
I just would be like so annoyed by everybody. Actually, I don't know. I feel like I could do really well on there.
Yeah.
Actually, okay, I'm saying Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
What about you?
I sometimes feel like I could maybe win The Bachelor.
You would though. Yeah, I think you could. I think that's actually
think that
really
I could, like,
good interpretation.
I could, but it wouldn't be genuine.
Because you know how to like be very sweet, but also like you are like fun and playful, but still like
Yeah, I think I could
have a little like teeny tiny wholesomeness. You
Yeah.
know, like I think you could.
I think I could fake it till I made it.
I think you
in that one.
could.
Yeah.
I think you could.
Mhm.
Oh, I would be like after the second date, I'd be like, you're grossing me out.
Housewives, I think I would be like way too lame because I just like don't really engage in drama. I mean, I guess if I was being paid to do it, I could, but
I feel like you'd be
just
good at like
don't
the
think-
parties part and like the
Yeah,
outfits part. But I think that
I just,
you'd be telling producers like, let me think on that. They'd be like, okay, this is not that type of show.
That's true.
But I feel like you could do Bachelor 100%. You could do
Yeah,
or
I think that's
Bachelorette. Do you think you could do either or just Bachelor?
I don't think I could do the Bachelorette.
I think you could do both.
Think I could like. No, because guys give me the ick way too easily. I'd be like,
I feel like
want
you'd
all
have
of
them on the
gone.
chopping block.
Yeah.
Same. I don't like voting one off a week. I'm like, no,
No,
I
I
want a
need like
batch
20.
get rid of them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But I still think you could do both. You'd be better at the Bachelor.
yeah. Okay.
What are 3 wishes you have? And it can't do with like good health, your kids.
Okay.
Like just 3 wishes. If you could make 3 wishes to have, do, say anything, whatever it may be. But obviously everyone would wish for good health and their kids' happiness and whatnot. So
yeah.
not including the obvious ones that of course everyone would wish for.
Can they be business related?
They can be anything related. I mean, it's your 3 wishes.
Okay. I'm trying to think if I was blowing out birthday candles right now, what would I wish for?
I was thinking more like a genie with that like what's that thing called? And like,
Genie in a bottle?
I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. No, what's that? Where like isn't it a Disney movie where like the genie comes out and grants
Aladdin?
wishes? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't seen that one in a while.
Me neither. I was going to say cauldron, but that's not the right word.
Let's see. I mean, I feel like my long-term wish for like Coco is to continue to grow our team.
Yeah.
That would be a wish for sure. Other wishes. I can't say world peace.
Oh my God. What do you miss? Congeniality? World peace.
I'm kidding. My husband's going through a really rough time with his business and is going through a lot of learning curves. So I definitely wish that he gets on his feet and feels confident again and gets through all of that, which I know he will.
That's a good one.
And number 3, I would say...
Careful what you wish for.
I know.
While you're thinking about this, I was thinking about how one of these times we need to play the finish the sentence game. Have you ever played that?
That would be fun.
You just said my wish, and I was about to be like, for you. What's your third wish?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the thing that always comes to mind is just like my parents experience less stress in their lives over the next decade or so. That would be like, I mean, I think about that every day. So that's deep, but
yeah,
for sure. Especially my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one.
Okay. What are your 3 wishes?
My first one goes along with like your last one. I wish that I'd like win the lottery or something and be able to like pay and retire my parents.
Yeah.
And so they could spend more time doing the things that they like.
Totally.
Because they've always like given up so much for us.
Yes.
Which sounds so deep. And then I'm going to move to more
sure.
superficial, stupid ones after that. But second one is super lame and super superficial, but I wish that I could make my legs grow a little longer.
Okay, I wish that I could take some of your butt and put it on my butt.
You can do that. Wish. Sign up, find a surgeon, and you pay for it, and I will let you have it.
I'll give you some of my length, and you give me some of your butt.
Were you going to take out your bones? That's a lot. I mean, I was just saying you could just do a little lipo on my butt. I wasn't saying I want to take your bones. I mean, I would if you're offering that, but yeah. Okay, so second wish would be stupid one. Like I wish I had longer legs, which I mean.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Third wish would be to see Coco become everything that we've like thought up in our brain and know that its potential can be.
Yep.
That it's not just, I mean, a store that sells clothes. It's like a whole community.
Yep.
It's a whole like,
we got big plans. We just got to be patient, but I agree.
Yeah, big ideas, but like,
Yeah, I love that.
Some of the things we say were like wishful thinking, but someday.
Yeah.
And we're going to make it happen.
Yes.
I mean, we said that about the podcast at first, so here we are.
True. Very
so
true.
Those are my 3
Very
wishes.
true. Love those.
Yeah. I loved it.
I hope you guys got to know us a little bit better.
I was going to say, I don't know how informative that was to get to know us, but it's kind of fun. So
if you guys can relate to anything, we would love to hear your embarrassing stories. And
yeah, help me out. Tell me an embarrassing story.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you have answers to any of those questions,
we would love to hear them.
Love to hear it.
Thanks for
Message
listening.
us your ick.
Yeah, definitely. We want to know your icks. I feel like we should compile.
We should make a Coco list of icks.
Yes.
Because there's so many that like different categories.
And they're so funny.
They're so funny.
To read other people's because they're so relatable, but you just don't think about them.
Mm-hmm.
Like your one with the guys running in white sunglasses. So funny. Okay, we're going to do a whole ick episode
honestly,
and we need you guys
the
to
white
submit.
sunglasses.
Yes.
A man running with a backpack. Ick.
The flip-flops one.
The clicking flip-flops. I'm like, let it rest. I've got a lot.
Oh,
but
okay,
anyways,
so we're going to
let's
post
see.
something on stories.
I think that you should message us your ick, and we're going to pick the top 5 and send the top 5 a little surprise. Because
and then we'll do a whole episode.
We'll do a
on
whole reading of people's icks.
I love that.
So message us on Instagram, Coco_the shop.
And don't forget to check out our drop tomorrow night.
Yes.
And don't forget there's a discount code and the outro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.